Hello, Wellness Check Wednesdays community. We wanted to take a moment to remind you that while our podcast serves as a safe space for open discussions and sharing experiences, we are not mental health experts. This podcast is a platform for you to express your thoughts, feelings, and experiences in a judgment-free zone. Our aim is to foster connection, provide support, and create a sense of community. It's crucial to acknowledge that we are not a substitute for professional mental health advice or treatment. If you or someone you know is dealing with mental health challenges, we strongly encourage seeking guidance from qualified professionals. Remember, reaching out to mental health experts can make a significant difference. If you ever feel the need, don't hesitate to connect with a licensed therapist, counselor, or healthcare professional.
This is the Wellness Check Wednesdays podcast, a share space, a judgment-free zone, a place to meet and discuss our mental health. So let's check in.
Well. It's July. We've made it through half of this year. We still here. And this is episode 31. And I'm going to say this is season 2 of the Wellness Check Wednesdays podcast. And thankful for those that are joining us here on the Zoom call. Join us here on the podcast. We're thankful for those that are listening along with us throughout this journey of mental health. And it's another Wednesday, and we always encourage each and every one to let's check in. All right. With that being said, you should know me by now. My name is Brian Livingston, aka Be Live. I'm the moderator of the Wellness Check Wednesdays podcast. And joining me this week, we have the originators, starting first out of Cleveland, Ohio, my man, Edwin Vereen.
The heat came back the very next day. The heat came back. It ain't going away. But other than that, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm okay. I can't complain for the most part.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been a hot one here. I think we got a day and a half of 80-degree weather, and then it shot back up. All right, cool.
Yep.
Also, our other originator of the Wellness Check Wednesdays podcast, by way of the Share Studios here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, we have my man Kevin Marshall.
It is getting hot in July, and yes.
Yeah, and Eddie, just inside joke, I am wearing pants. I'm at the studio, so I can't.
I hope you are.
No.
Hey, man, look. We don't need you in a damn pair of knee-high socks and a loincloth, all right?
Please, no. No hoochie first.
Long story short, on the Sports Bros podcast, we've done that. We've done 256 episodes, and my cousin decided he listens to a majority of them, but he was listening to episode 255, and I just happened to mention because I was at home and it's hot. I ain't want to wear no pants for the Zoom call. Yeah, I ain't the only one out in the world that's done it. And out of all of that talking, we did an hour-long episode. He decided to pinpoint that point out. Not none of my sports analysts, none of that. Just the fact that I wasn't wearing pants. I said, well, I'd be daggone it. Now it's a running joke, but yes, I'm here at the Share Studios and I am fully clothed. Also joining us on the Wellness Check Wednesday podcast. Laughter is good for the soul, ladies and gentlemen. If you ain't figured that out by now, we gonna make you laugh. Also, by way of the Share Studios, we have a very special friend to the program, my man Devin Heron. How you doing, sir?
I'm feeling all right. How y'all doing?
And good to have you, brother. Good to have you. Also, by way of Oklahoma, hopefully you ain't got no tornadoes out there yet. My man Brad, how you doing today, Brad?
I'm good. I'm good. Trying to survive this heat, and fortunately, there are no tornadoes right now. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Question: Oklahoma heat is different from North Carolina heat because is it a dry heat there as well?
Uh, Not really. No, I don't know. It's a very strange heat. I mean, I've lived in Texas. I lived in Florida. I haven't really experienced a heat like this. I was outside earlier. It was like 99 and hot wind.
Whew.
Yeah, you keep that over there. Just send us the snow.
Just
No.
in the snow. You don't want any of this snow. You don't want any of this.
Yeah, and he's over there like holding up the fan. Hopefully it'll reach you in 99. I don't think
Hey,
that
as soon as he said 99, I felt that drop of sweat go down my neck and on my chest. I was like, oh no.
And 56% humidity right now. Just that one drop. You're like,
my Etsy.
Whew, yes, Lord. Dev, don't be mad at me. I may have gotten drunk and lost it, so I may need another.
Bro, you lost your official fat guy towel?
See, so I knew.
Oh boy.
I figured I would do this in a semi-public setting, so y'all be witnesses if I cease to exist.
So
Yeah.
Eddie and AD. Long story short,
Yep.
Devin gifted Be Live with a fat nigga towel. Excuse me, my French, but you know what I'm gonna say this.
Like, no, dead ass. Like, so I work at a tattoo shop that has an embroidery studio, and I got these little towels, towels that be in everybody's pockets in the summer. Want me to grow master, and I got it printed with official fat nigga towel.
FNT. Not an NFT, but an FNT.
Yeah. This the funniest part about it. So the embroiderist, she's a older white woman. She's a peach. I love her. She was like, "Hey, Devin, how do you want me to spell this?" I was like,
with
what
the ER.
I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? How you want me to spell this? What do you mean? How you want me to spell this?" I was like, "Bro, this." She was so uncomfortable, but she made it work. Shout out Miss Dory. She's the best.
I'm gonna need another one of those.
I got you, dog. We'll make another one. You better find it though.
Oh Jesus! I almost passed out in my office. Oh God! I'm laughing so hard.
These are the kind of things that we do just for the humor, just to get through this thing called life.
Oh.
Promise you, I died
when I brought B Live that towel, man. He was crying, laughing. He couldn't DJ for about 5 minutes. He was laughing so damn hard.
I said, "This for real." Man, oh man, I'm so incredibly thankful.
Amtrak, get us back on track, Captain.
I'm trying.
That's how hard he was laughing when I gave him the fat N-word towel.
Well, all right. So we trying to beat the heat out here. This heat has got us going insane. With that being said, we want to rein it back in and deal with a topic that is woo. This is a doozy. I'm gonna say that. I think that could be a good word for it. Reaching our breaking point. This thing called life, it throws us curveball after curveball, and it throws us a few heaters. Heat. There it is. I'm gonna keep it. That is the ongoing theme when it comes to the summertime. But yes, dealing with all the things that we do in life, what do you do? Because we all have that point. We have that where we just can't handle anything else. It just piles on and piles on and piles on, and we reach our breaking point.
I think it kind of depends because you have breaking points in different situations, you know? And like you have breaking points in friendships, relationships, work, all kind of different things. So there's really no 100% answer to what you do when you reach your breaking point. Because for some of it, it can be just leave. But we all know this. You can't just leave. Prime example, reach your breaking point at work, still got to make the bills. You can't just leave. But you're in a relationship or you got a goofy ass friend and you reach your breaking point, You can just dub them and leave. But there are a lot of them you just have to stay with, unfortunately.
And very, very valid points there. And it's one of those things like there's a lot of people that walk around their daily lives and they're at their breaking point and don't know what to do. And this is one of those things where, again, I profess this every single time we come on the air, that we're not professionals, we're not experts. We're not here to give advice. We're just here to share our personal experiences and every now and again vent a little bit, like get that release. And so what I would like to do before we dive into the open forum, I want to pass the mic over to Edwin. He usually gives us a little nugget of information from like professional websites and stuff like that. And so, Edwin, the floor is yours.
All right, so I found some reading courtesy of selfcarefundamentals.com, and the title of the article is Signs That You're Approaching Your Breaking Point in Life and What to Do. Who is it by? It doesn't specify, but it's on the selfcarefundamentals.com website. It goes as follows. Merriam-Webster defines a breaking point as the point at which a person gives way under stress. A breaking point is at a time of stress that seems to overwhelm our ability to cope. We approach the breaking point when we try to keep things together for too long and eventually can't help but to let it go at a stormy emotional release. It feels like all of our emotions come pouring out at once and that the tears will never stop. There might be chest pain, a snotty nose, a sore throat, and rapid breathing. Once we reach the breaking point, we break down and we can't hold it in any longer. As we all know, a lot of things in life can attribute to breaking point. So, but hitting that breaking point. So here are the signs that you're, in brief, that you're reaching your breaking point. Your mood is affected. Prolonged chronic stress can impact your mood and mental health. If you're near the breaking point, you might notice that you're experiencing a lower mood than usual. Perhaps you're more irritable, frustrated, or pessimistic and can't identify exactly why. You have trouble sleeping. Stress has a direct effect on sleep hygiene. If you're experiencing persistent stress, you may have noticed that you're having trouble falling or staying asleep. As a result, you might have trouble waking up and staying awake in the morning. It can feel as though there's nothing you want more than to fall back under those covers and stay there all day. 3, poor attention and concentration. Breaking points are associated with stress and anxiety. All of us feel stressed and anxious at one point or another, but some cases are mild while other cases are severe. And if I can find, relationship difficulties. In the lead up to a breaking point, and one of many warning signs is the fact that increasing emotional exhaustion can make it hard to enjoy spending time with others. Sometimes we get home from work and just want to collapse into bed or shut off our minds completely. Been there, done that. So those are a few things that attribute to the breaking point. Then they have recommendations like, okay, breathe, develop a breathing routine, and then focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. Identify your stressors, set boundaries, and know when to seek help. Those boundaries, man, those are quite something else. Matter of fact, one of my most recent memories is when after my brother died in 2019, I would say that's the first time in my life I've ever reached second time in my life I've ever reached a breaking point, because I was annoyed with everything and everybody. If it had a pulse, 2 legs, and was breathing oxygen, I had a problem with it. No matter what they did or what they said to me, I mean, it was bad, because I was at work one time and my manager was like, "You seem distracted." I'm like, "You think? Well, I know you guys talk. My brother died. I'm here. Let's not have these little stupid ass conversations. Well, Eddie, calm down. It ain't no calming down. I'm fine. You stay out of my way." He kind of just backed up and was like, "Whoa." So then there was one situation that's where I had a house full of people, and this person has a habit of wearing out their welcome. So I was like, well, I just want everybody at the house, and I kicked everybody out the house. because I just had no time to be around a bunch of noise. Then hours before that, I got to an incident at work where the guest wanted to punch me in my face. And usually I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fight back. But I'm like, nah, well, if this is what he want, I give what he want. But yeah, right around the time my brother died, a few weeks after he passed away, that's when I hit my breaking point, and that's when I began to seek therapy. And I've been pretty good ever since. Whenever I feel like I'm near a breaking point now, I just look at what I can control and what I can't control, and take what I can control and control it, and take what I can't and put it elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
What say you, Kev?
Breaking points is a touchy subject because of the fact that like you want to try and help your friends and you want to try and help any and everybody, but it's at a point that is like, how much help can you give before you can't help yourself? And you finally reach that cataclysm. Yes.
Cataclysmic.
Yes. Of self-destruction. And it becomes a point to where it's like when you hit that button of self-destruction, when you hit that point of self-destruction, it's just like, is there any coming back from it? And is there any like harmony from it? Is there any way to rebuild from it? Depending on how severe it is. Like prime example today, I have a friend of mine who I love to death who just got fired from a job that like I helped him try to get into, coached him on the interview, and turns around. He wants to play victim and he wants to walk around like he was entitled. But it's like you haven't earned the trust of a lot of people at said bar that it's like, what are you doing, bro? Like, pull your head out of your ass. Excuse me, but being real, like, pull your head out of your butt. Like, come on, dude. Like, this is somebody who's been here for more than just a year or consecutive of months. Like,
don't get me fucking started.
Well, Dev, I want you to upon a little bit more about like what has worked for you, what hasn't worked for you,
as far as breaking points.
Yeah.
So this is one thing. I'm not afraid to say this. Back in March, I was hospitalized for a suicide attempt. And I was locked up in a psych ward for 5 days. Afterwards, I got on proper medication. That's what I've been dealing with since then. It's been a fucking battle. But one thing that my therapist has always told me, say no. Sometimes just say no. Because when you get to your breaking point, it's because you're doing too much shit for too many people and it drains you. It drains the hell out of you to where you stop taking care of yourself because you're taking care of so many other people. So sometimes you just gotta say no. It could be the smallest thing ever. Like prime example, when I work 2 jobs. When I leave one, I'll go have me a beer, then I'll go home and I'll lay on the couch for 5 hours or so. Even if I don't go to sleep, I put my phone on do not disturb because that's me saying no. No, I don't want to talk to nobody. No, I'm not going to answer your calls, your texts, Facebook, Instagram, none of that. I'll get back to you when I get back to you. But that's just kind of me reaching my breaking point because hell, yep, be live, Kevin, you know me. I'm not a people person. I'm not a people person unless I'm drunk. But I can't live my entire life being drunk. So sometimes I have to. This kind of goes back to the last podcast I was on. I was talking about what was it? Self peace, some shit like that.
It'll lose me too.
The only one I was on, the only podcast I've ever been on, but it kind of goes back to that. And like I said, my therapist told me sometimes, just say no. And that's really one of the only answers I have to a lot of this shit. Like when people try to bring me in their drama, no. Can I get $10? No. Can I get a ride? No. Can I get this and that? No. Sometimes just fucking say no, and that'll save you so much shit, especially when you're already at your breaking point. And y'all know me, Be Live. You've seen me at my lowest breaking point. Kevin, you've seen it too. I spoke about it briefly last time. Like I said, I could have lost my life a few times. I could have lost my freedom because I was at my breaking point because I couldn't find my inner peace. And I should have just been telling people no. That's just kind of what it boils down to for me.
And that alludes to what Evan was reading earlier about setting boundaries.
Yes, boundaries.
It's like, yo, I just at this moment of time, I can't.
And it's not even that. And this thing is, it's not that I can't. It's that I won't.
Very good point. Yeah,
you feel me? Because there's a lot of times, yeah, I can answer the phone. I can text you back. I can do this. I can do that. But the thing is, I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to even explain to you why I'm not going to do it, because that's just me explaining my boundaries.
Right.
Because I need my inner peace. You're causing me problems and I ain't fucking with it, you know?
I don't know how many times the phone is ring and I just looked at it, I'm like, I'm all right.
My phone even ring, gangster. It be on do not disturb. Do not disturb.
I forget to put my phone on do not. I mean, to take it back off. Because I put it on do not disturb, being here working at the studio, and I can attest to that. Like I am a people person until people just become more and more stupid. And so I've been less and less of a people person. But Dev, especially in the two jobs that you do have, I know it's definitely stressful at times because you have to deal with people at both of them.
Both jobs are they're very personal jobs.
Right.
Like one of them being tattooing, other one being this bouncer / security guard. And I'll keep it a band. I'm really not the best at both. I mean, I'm great at physically tattooing, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not a people person. So me having to do customer service, it's not the easiest thing for me.
Right.
Oh,
but that's why I say when it comes down to my bread and butter, like the way I hone myself down, the way I have to work. Sometimes when I'm off work, even if I'm not sleeping, I'll just lay on my couch and close my eyes and cut my phone off. I don't even put the TV on. I'll just sit there and get my inner peace for a little bit, because the answer is no. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, I went out of town with my sister. We went to a concert in Raleigh. I don't even know the band we was listening to. I think they were called A Day to Remember, some shit like that.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But guess what? It was fun. You know why? Because I was away from everything and I was not on my phone. I was not at work. And the answer to every single thing except for, do you want a beer, was no.
And that's how I was when I went home on vacation. I was so happy. I was like, nah, we're not about to do this. Matter of fact, Brad, what say you, man? Breaking points, and what have you done to overcome yours?
Well, I mean, there's been several breaking points I've had in my life, but I'll touch base on one of them. One of the things I had to do was most so on the work side. I just kind of had a breaking point to where, as everyone has been saying, just say no to certain things, because there was a point in time where I was doing a lot of travel. I was gone like 20 something days out of the month, and it was cool at first because you get to travel all over, you get to see cool stuff, you get to go places you haven't been, work on some stuff you haven't had a chance to, build your skills, get better, right? Well, about 4 or 5 months into it, everything's going okay. And then at some point, I think they wanted me to do like a back-to-back travel, which would have meant I'd be gone for 30 plus days. And I was like, sounds good, but I'm starting to get a little worn out. I was like, flight miles look great, but my sleep is awful, and my work-life balance is garbage. So at this moment, I don't think I can do that trip. I'll do the next trip, but I can't do this back to back. And they're like, all right, we understand, because you've been going hard, you've been doing great. So you can go ahead and take a break on this next one. I was like, all right, cool. And nothing else came of it. Like I didn't get reprimanded, didn't get yelled at or anything. They're like, we get it. You work hard, you need breaks, so go for it. And that's kind of where I came to the breaking point of figuring out my work-life balance. Because I started to see it, my family started to see it, my friends started to see it, and they're like, you're not you. So that was kind of my breaking point. And once I said no, they're like, all right, cool. Take some time off, get some rest. We'll see you in like a couple weeks. That's what it was.
And man, I can attest to that more because just being the public figure that I'm at, that I don't know how, like I don't know why people just tend to gravitate and like everywhere I go, I'm like, well, did I sign up for this?
It's Big Brother Be Live preaching the good word.
It's crazy. Like I'm honest, and this is honest and truthful.
My nigga, did I sign up for this? I swear to God. You just walk into some shit sometime, and it's like, man, I came here for a beer. What the fuck?
Right. Like hold on, but like, oh my goodness. It happens to me all the time. Like there are times like I even try to tell people like, yo, I'm here to watch the game. All the stuff that you're telling me in my ear, I'm not hearing you. And I'm like, and I make it perfectly clear, and yet they still just right here in the ear. And I was like, oh my Lord. And then I have to think about this, like, okay, all right, maybe they need this. They need this little piece of their life, whatever, to talk to Be Live. If I got to refer to myself in the third person, you know, it's something else. But and so I think about that at times, and there are times, and like even recently, because of all the stuff that I'm going through behind the scenes and everything like that, like I'm over here like, anybody gonna throw brother a bone, or am I gonna have to continue to give out and give out and give out parts of myself? And that's why when you said no, like that resonated.
And mind you, because y'all have seen me do this multiple times. If I'm at the bar and I've had a long day and somebody just talking my ear off, I will politely first say it, and I'm quoting myself. Hey man, look, I've had a long day. I really don't feel like talking. Can we just save this conversation for another day? And if they don't want to listen, then that's when I start barking at people. But at the same time, it's like, yo, I just told you.
I warned you.
I've had a long day. I don't want to talk, man.
Leave me the hell alone.
But I want to talk. I want to talk. I want to talk. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
But the moment I tell you shut up, or I get bent out of the way.
You the bad guy.
Not I'm the villain.
Like I get it. I was like, I get it. You need to talk about some shit, but hey, I'm not your therapist, man. Go pay somebody to talk about that shit. For real. I got therapists I go to. Y'all can go find one shit. And it's harder for black men to find therapists. Y'all know that out here.
Right.
Good therapist anyway.
Shout out to the EAP, the Employee Assistance Program. If your occupation has one, they can set you up in the right direction. Also, on top of that, man, I'm the same way. I'm like for me, like I always joke to my guests, but I'm dead ass with them. Like, I said, Monday and Tuesdays, I charge my social battery. I said, because by Sunday, I don't know what version of Eddie I'm going to give you. I said, Monday and Tuesday, like matter of fact, I've had Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off. I was kind of salty about having Wednesday off. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of it. I ain't going to do nothing today. So I had Wednesday off. And so now I got to go back to work Thursday. By the time this recording drops, it'll be past the 4th of July. So I got to deal with that riffraff and madness. And so then I got to be to work all day Friday. And then I got to deal with the riffraff and madness at work and the outside riffraff and madness at work too.
Brother man, I am bouncing tomorrow on the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Run. And then like, look, and then when Saturday and Sunday come, I'm like, hey man, this is what you're getting here. This is what you're getting here. What you want? Say happy birthday to you. Go on my business.
But we can't do that though. We got to keep our customer service voice on the shit.
Here's the funny
Hey, look, I understand that, but look, if I ain't with it, I ain't with it. But I know how to mask it. I know how to mask it, though. I know how to be sarcastic and funny. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. How you doing today, Ed? I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? When you ask your son, how you doing today, Ed? Waiting on Monday. That's my answer.
Hey, look, and here's the funny part. He's bouncing on the 4th. I'm bouncing tonight. As soon as I get done here, I got to go drop everybody off, go get a bartender, bring him to work. And then I got to turn around. I might not even get a shower tonight until I get off at 3:00 in the morning. Yeah, I said it. I said it.
So our Wednesday should be long as all out. You working tonight, Kev?
Yes, sir.
Oh boy, this
long, hot, and funky.
This is what I do every Wednesday.
You want to talk about it? I got tattoo appointments Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I work Izzy's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't want to hear it. They talking about pulling fireworks all goddamn weekend.
Oh yeah.
Listen, there's only a difference though. I'm a crazy MFer. You get to talking my ear off and get to cutting up, I'm gonna shoot you with a Roman candle. And I said it. I don't care.
Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse.
And I'm gonna have to clean all that shit up. I ain't gonna be getting home till 4:00. I ain't gonna be getting home till 4:00 every goddamn morning, going right back to work at 11:30.
I think that but Kevin was just talking about. I think that's assault. So please don't.
Deadly weapon.
Take it as you wish. Dev, I give you all the praise. I got to turn around and be up at 6 to be to work at 7 the next moment.
You know what my breaking point is? My breaking point is y'all two complaining about work.
You get to have fun and drink at your job, so I don't want to hear it.
See, that ain't even a job. That's a side hustle.
That's on.
I'm just trying to get more clients in here so I can make some real money. But with that being said,
white people money.
I'm trying to. With that being said, man, this has been very insightful.
Yes,
when it comes, because if the one thing I took away from this more than anything was setting those boundaries, because it is, man. I will always overexert myself because I always try to be that beacon of light. I don't want to ever bring down the mood anywhere I go, which leads me to be in precarious situations where I'm like, okay, I want you to leave me alone, but I want to try to find a way to do it nicely. Like, can I at least get the beer first before we get into this nonsensical discussion about whatever you want to talk about? Because I really don't be listening. And then I realized halfway down the conversation that I didn't hear a word this person just said. And then I got to respond like, you know what? I feel you on that. Be lying through my teeth.
Real quick before we go, be like, that reminds me of one of my coworkers, sweet girl, sweet woman. I love her to death. But when it's in between shift change, like I go to the hostess station to see, okay, I got to tell you what this. She go in the corner. Hey, Eddie. and I'm just looking at her like, and I'm looking at the hostess. They laughing at me because my face looking. I'm looking at her and she's like, I'm barely out the driveway. She just, and I'm looking at her like, honey, just transfer me the tables and I'll go from there. You ready to go home? Okay, just give me the tables and just quietly transfer me the tables and just go home. I don't need you. No, I just want you to go home and get and drink water because you didn't have your 5th Red Bull today. Bye.
Hey, look, you know what? And I just have to opine on one thing, B, is that
you got less than a minute.
I learned a new statement last week, and you know what? This is the perfect time to say it. Be out here eating crows. Wait.
I don't know what the fuck you mean by that, but I'm gonna say one thing because we got like 30 seconds now. Just remember, sometimes say no. It'll save you.
Be loud, get us out of here.
It's okay to say no. It might hurt the feelings, but just say no.
Just say no is
say it in a nice way. Just say no. I'm not talking about drugs. I'm talking about the people. Sometimes tell somebody shut the fuck up, but in a nice way.
With that being said, Kev's been muted. I'm done with him. This has been the Wellness Check Wednesday podcast, where we always encourage everyone to let's check
in.
We'll see y'all next week. And we're out.
That's a wrap.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Wellness Check Wednesdays podcast. Please join us every week, Wednesdays on Zoom at 6 p.m., and join our Facebook group for updates and to participate. We care about your mental health, so let's check in.